Bam! We're here, barely. Welcome to the stream tonight, and we're streaming over on Rumble. And I trying to figure out how to get the stream started. I did not realize that I think I'm on Rumble. I did not realize that I had to use StreamYard. I thought I could stream from there, but you can't do that. We're just checking here to see if recording in progress. Okay, so we are live, so that's cool. Took me a minute to figure out that I had to get over to StreamYard to do it, but I'm getting it figured out. So there was a couple of people over there. I wonder if I'm just checking the chat window over here to see if there's anybody over there. I'm still learning how to use Rumble, so that's the situation that we have. And I want to just thank all the 45 people that clicked on my cooking video that I made yesterday in the dark. I didn't realize that my camera wasn't on, or that's what I think was the problem. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll get that figured out. So it showed I had 2 people, so I don't see them over here on Rumble. So we're going to get back to work. I'm going to get back to work on StreamYard over here. We'll get this thing figured out here pretty quick. I'm glad I'm able to get on Rumble, and I'm also on Odyssey, but I'm not streaming off of Odyssey right now. And I want to let you guys know tonight we got a sweet deal going on some stuff. And I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that we got right here. Okay, so I'm new to Rumble, but I'm not new to helping people learn how to get this stuff done. Got to get my seat situation organized here so we can get to work. Okay. The first package I want to share with you, originally said the 42 USC was on sale, and it is on sale. The first time it's been this low in forever. And if you invest in it, I'm expecting 2 review videos. One, when you open it up and you read the documents, and then you get your questions answered, how you feel about the power that you have. And the second review video, I like it to focus on the reaction that you receive from these people when you went down there to stick your stuff in the face. And then if they don't make you sign non-disclosure statement, you can always leave me a third video. That would be great. But I'm only requiring the 2, and you don't have to have your face in them or talk, or you can have like the robot language. I don't care. I just want to review videos so skeptical people who are sitting around waiting can see they have a chance. They can see other people are getting it done, so they have a chance. The first thing I'm going to share with you guys is the new lawsuit package that I put together for people that's facing the eviction process or have been evicted. And generally, when people are in that process, we'll call it the D process. Yeah, because I put this together for a friend of mine here, and the name starts with a D. And so, but a lot of people, when you get to the eviction process, you don't have a lot of capital to work with. And they know that. Their whole system is structured around busting you down and running you out of money. So I'm offering this deal tonight, and they're going to be for a very, very short, limited time, because I'm showing off. Number one, I'm just keeping it real, and I need more reviews so that I can post some, Now, some people don't like to leave a review about this because of, it's embarrassing or whatever. But like I said, you don't have to have your name in it. I just need reviews so other people can see that they have a chance. And I also need so I have the bar cut on the website for like $75. That would be a great way to have it and make a donation to our cause here so that I can come in here and not have to be cleaning to get in here to have my video. That was an inside joke. The very first time I did a video, one of my friends texted me while I was doing the video, and she asked me if I was supposed to be cleaning. Okay, that was funny crap, but some people are sticky about that kind of shit, but you gotta relax and have fun. Because if I had to clean in here to make my video, it'd be a piece of cake. I'd be just as clean as it looks right now, because I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I am willing to do whatever it takes. I'm thinking about that. Okay. Let's get to the thing. So the first package that I want to share with you guys is the package that I put together for the people facing the eviction process or to have been evicted. Now, the other package for this is the writ of eviction and mandamus package. That's like, it was $5,000, but it's down to $3,000. Okay, but it's a mandamus when you writ of mandamus to force them to rule, but it's a lawsuit package. So you have what you need. You get what you need in that package to have the judge rule on on the right stuff. Okay, but most people in the eviction process don't have that kind of money. So we've been working on trying to figure out another process that we can use for people that's facing the eviction situation, and we figured something out. So the way we were doing the thing to stop the eviction process or to jam them up was we use a certified copy of the federal lawsuit to attach to the list pending lien that you put against either. You can put it against your own property to cloud the property, and you're claiming all this fraud, whatever's going on over here. But that required not only the $400 filing fee, it required I filed something in federal court 2 weeks ago. It was 33 pages, and it was 30-some pages, and it was $29 just to get it certified, $35 to get it certified. And then, so you got $400, then $35 to get it certified. And then these fools over here in Kansas wanted to charge me $17 a page to put it on the public record. We got a better plan. We figured out that there's another way to cloud the title without having the $400 lien, without having to file the federal lawsuit and do all of that. And I'm just going to show this to you guys. Notice of conveyance. So you're not filing this in nothing. You're placing this in the public record where they got the deed at. That's just the first document. Once you get the notice of conveyance on the public record, or the same day, but I would do that one first, and I would show them one at a time so they don't lead themselves to think that they need to help you. Okay, so this is, notice of less pendants, and you're filing the notice of less pendants after you file the notice of conveyance, letting them know that there's a situation. Now, those two things right there, bam, cloud the title. And you had to pay, $10 or maybe $17 a page, but it's only 3 pages. So it's not really worth fighting with over that, $17 a page. Okay, so now you got the title clouded. We still got some work to do because we're not where we want to be, because still got the eviction process. So we got the counterclaim that you would file in. Now, most of the time, the eviction process is done in JP court or municipal court, and they'll tell you, well, we can't rule on that or whatever. I mean, the idea is just to file and stick it in their face. That's just to, if you've already been evicted or they're trying to do that, you just want to get that in their face. What you're doing is you're building your evidence on a state level that you need to take with you. When you go to federal court, you're going to need to take a certified copy of the complete docket sheet, a certified copy of a complete docket with you over to federal court to file in federal court with this. With fraudulent concealment, you can bring whatever you want to bring to the table at any time, and it don't matter how long ago the situation was. It does not matter. Fraudulent concealment. So we're going after them in federal court with this plaintiffs for illegal eviction and fraudulent concealment, due process violations, and declaratory come on, because you got this declaratory relief. And we had a statement of constitutional emergency right there at the bottom, and y'all can look that up. What that means is that the state court automatically, or the federal court, because this is going to be a federal court, we have one style for state court just to screw with them. Now, if the eviction process is in the higher state court, higher than the municipal court, then you would be able to file your counterclaim in there, and they shouldn't charge you anything. That's the whole great thing about the counterclaim, is that you don't have to pay to file it. You don't have to serve all of the people or whatever. And it says in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, you don't have to answer to damn thing if you got defenses. Well, what if you got offenses? Bam! Because that's what we bring to the table. Now, I think there's one more document that went in this package, but I ran out of time. I had to eat. Y'all know how I am when it's time to eat. And so I have it on the website now. I'm going to take you guys, let's take a look at it. I'm going to take you guys over. We're going to take a look at it. All right, here. Fight the foreclosure eviction process. Okay, $300. How about if we change that? We're going to change that. And we're going to make it $99 too. Now, this is like the $99 weekend, I guess. Okay, $99. That's a $99 too. That lady's real happy. She got her card out already. $99. Okay. Now you guys see I did know a little bit about doing something in the back of the website, but not too much, because I messed up a few times and deleted stuff. And then my boss lady for the website, Humera, my buddy from Pakistan, must be crazy. I am. My ex, my kids used to tell me that, their friends, everybody said that I'm crazy. All right, yeah, you get this lawsuit package was built for one purpose: to fight back when the state tells you it's over. Clouds the title at the county records, so you ain't even win the court. How sweet is that? And then you follow it up with the list pendants, and it declares the transfer void for deed delivery concealment. Oh, this is hot. This can, but when you know the facts, you can bring the fire. That's how, there ain't no arguing. When you know the facts, you can bring the fire. And then you got a demand letter for the buyers. Oh, that's what. Oh, I don't have temporary restraining order in there too. So I got two more things I got to put in there. I think we're going to need those. But I'm going to put them in there. Okay, I'm going to put them in there because one of the things that I tell you guys is that if you get in this program, you're going to learn how to have some fun. You're going to learn how to have fun and make their ass feel like they've been making you feel. So you're going to get the demand letter, and the demand letter strips away the innocent purchaser BS. Sorry, I'm trying to... defense that puts him on notice. That's all. Innocent by now. No, not going to. But then you got the emergency temporary restraining order and a preliminary injunction, asking the judge to freeze the property transfer situation and all of that. And then we also provide the civil cover sheet, the summons that's ready to use. Now, you only get one summons, but you should always copy and paste your stuff in your own Word and then go back later and save the original clean. So you'll be able to use the summons for everybody. You just need to print off 5 of them, and then, or however you want to do that. You get a certificate of service and a step-by-step instructions for filing. How this works. Most homeowners lose their home at the eviction stage, not at the foreclosure itself. And in non-judicial, there is no, you got 29 days. Actually, it's less than that by the time they mail that shit to you if you want to be real about it. So you got less than that if you want to be real about it. And by then, the buyers already had the deed and the sheriff, and they're ready to lock you out. State justice courts move fast, and you're told it's too late. But here's the truth. No deed delivery. State transfer property says, your deed's supposed to be delivered to you. State law requires the deed to be delivered to make the sale valid. When that step is skipped, concealed, or the entire foreclosure transfer collapse, it all collapses because they didn't do the right stuff. Well, we already know that. Fraudulent concealment destroys the buyer's shield. Fraudulent they can't claim to be an innocent purchaser if the process is hidden from you and the court. Now they all know what the process is. The municipal eviction courts have no constitutional jurisdiction. They get their authority from the city ordinance. So look that shit up in your court clerk's manual. Exposing this pulls a rug out from underneath the eviction order. Federal court rulings, real oversight. Once you file in federal court, the game's over. Your claims are 42, and we actually have a RICO package. We have a RICO package, and online course we're learning how to deploy the RICO package. But we had to take RICO out of the title because they wouldn't let me put it on any website. When I'm trying to advertise. And the RICO door opens the door for constitutional protections and treble damages. I don't care about the treble damage. I just go on with 200 million or fine, whatever, 20 million. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be demanding a settlement conference anyway. Now, clouding the title creates leverage. Recording the left pendants and fraudulent conveying notice makes the property toxic. The buyer can't refinance or sell until your claim's resolved. Oh, did I mention that we come in with fraudulent concealment? So that means it doesn't matter how long ago you were evicted. Oh, that's hot. Let's get out of here. $99. Come on now. Y'all think I'm on now? What's that place you can get your books, for cheap? Yeah, $99. This is the weekend sale going on right here. We selling the sizzle and not the steak. What this package does for you: stops the lockout process cold by moving the fight to federal court. Freezes the title so the buyers can't sell or refinance or rent out or do anything from underneath you. It blocks the buyer's claiming of innocence, and they can't hide behind "we didn't know." It challenges the eviction order by showing the court that justice, municipal courts had no jurisdiction, number one. And if you're not in that court, it also shows the court that you're not in a landlord-tenant relationship with these people over here that's buying the stolen property. I'm just saying, but that's how they twist that up. And then in some states, if you want to appeal, they make you pay, they call it an appeal bond. And all it is a payment to the people that got your house because you're still in it. And they know they're going to kick you out of it because unless the judge provides a finding of facts and a conclusions of law, you can't do appeal. You can't appeal anything because what they just ruled on was administrative. And that's why we add a judge in the state. The state's paying. Now, when you cloud the title, interfere with the money, challenges the eviction order by showing the court that now you can build your lawsuit around fraudulent concealment and failure to deliver the deed as required by the state law. Oh, wait, we already did. That's what we got right here. It gives you leverage. Buyers often fold once they see the title is clouded. And we bring federal case law to the table, even in state court. You can put a higher court case law in lower court, but you can't go the other way around. This is our way of doing the check down to stop the state court with the first filing that you file in there. It don't matter what it is. Okay, well, when you file a counterclaim, they're totally blown out the water anyway, because you add the state, you add the judge, because the judge getting paid by the state, and you add the eviction players, the eviction attorney, and the buyer. Now, we figured out that we need to separate this eviction process from the foreclosure situation so that little weasel buyer can't hide behind all those other liars. The buyer hide behind the liars. Okay, so yeah, that's how we do it now. And now the buyer has to stand by himself or herself along with the state and the judge, and everybody's getting built in the docket sheet for the certification going over to federal court. Y'all keep up with me. We talked about that at the top of the gate. Now you get full following instructions. We have videos on our YouTube channel, and there's all you can expect clowning the day you place the stuff on the record. It's like a bomb. Immediate buyer pressure. Then you got a demand letter plus the other two filings, and then you'll have a temporary restraining order and an injunction all in one. And we put in here on the path to the quiet title, but we're going to take that out because we're going to put in there, you need to get your deed delivered. That's why we're here. We ain't worry about no quiet title and none of that shit. If your deed was not in their office, they wouldn't be able to do none of this stuff that they're doing. If your deed was not in the office, they wouldn't be able to do none of the stuff that they're doing. Think about it. Okay, the fact that your deed was registered in the office allowed the first illegal lien to be put on your property. It wasn't the property tax. The first illegal lien was the mortgage lien. I'm not that smart. I played football and I boxed in college, and afterwards, two lien, not smart. I have to keep it simple. So, I asked him something else that they can't answer. So my other question is, if the deed was not registered in the office, could they tell there was a mortgage lien against your property? If the deed was not registered in the office, I'm not that smart. The law says they're supposed to deliver it to you, and it's not conveyance, yada, 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 until it's delivered. But what they do is their constructive delivery, where they're registered in the office, make a copy of it to mail to you. Okay, but here's the problem with that. When you left the table, they stamp paid to the order of on it. And according to writing the words on that paper, because I go by the words, according to the words on that paper, a vice president signs it and they process it to the Federal Reserve. Now, Modern Money Mechanics says they get 9 times the amount that goes in demand deposit account. Okay, so, I was thinking we got mini workshops now. We're going to have mini workshops. Right now, they're $75. We're going to have the mini workshops for each of our packages. But right now, we only have it set up the legal offense is for the online course. It's right now. We're going to have a mini workshop for legal offense. We're going to have different types of trainings in this. And then we have one set up here of the marriage dissolution too. I guess I want to be a Dr. Phil. Okay, so this on sale too for $99. This is the weekend sale. So for y'all people who've been wanting to do it, been white, whatever, y'all got $99. Come on now, $99 to get the fire to burn some people. This is not just this is a demand for justice. You didn't fall behind. You were violated. Your home is taken under the guise of legal authority by administrative courts operating outside the Constitution. That's why we're here with 42 USC. This ain't your generic whatever. It is a comprehensive weapon, and this was put together from the real-time feedback from a lot of people that's been in the program for the length of time that we've been doing this, which is a while. So what you get inside this package, the federal lawsuit under 42 USC 19. Now we also come with fraudulent concealment, and we also bring, to the table a couple of other things, like violation of Tucker's Act, violation of Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. Those are federal laws, and that's our way of bringing criminal liability to the table for these fools. And you got your statement of constitutional emergency that elevates your claim and forces immediate judicial attention. Then you got your emergency demand to stay the eviction or the sale. $99? Come on now. Notice of fraudulent concealment, tolls of statute of limitations for filing this lawsuit. So what's that mean? It don't matter how long ago you was whatever, because we told the statute of limitations. Bam! I love it. Back to the facts. If you got the facts, Jack, you ain't got to worry about that. We also get one-on-one coaching via the coaching page over on Twitter @NeighborsCoach. Lifetime updates based off real-time feedback and access to over 2,000 legal training videos and live streams. And you can see we talk a little bit about the statement of constitutional emergency. Who this package is for? This package for homeowners facing illegal foreclosure, for families facing foreclosure eviction from a home they paid for, property owners dealing with fraudulent deeds and unlawful foreclosure attacks on your property, anyone who wants to use federal case law to fight back without an attorney, legal coaches, disbarred attorneys. We have a couple of them who want to really help folks. We have a couple of disbarred attorneys. I tell them I just like to refer to them as non-bar attorneys, because generally when you refer to a non-bar attorney, it's this really badass over here. Okay. And so most people think that if the attorney got disbarred, oh, hell no. I'll take the disbarred attorney every time if I had to take an attorney. Okay. Because that disbarred attorney got disbarred for helping somebody for real. Take that shit to the bank. That's how that goes. Bar attorneys struggle because people are standing up to their ass. Now, why this matters. I believe the healing starts with personal satisfaction and peace of mind. Fighting foreclosure is about reclaiming your dignity and securing your peace. This lawsuit isn't chaos. It's clarity. It supports. It's structure. If you're ready, stand up. Now, this is for you. If you're tired of getting bullied and you're willing to do whatever it takes, this for you. I talked to a young man today. His name was Hector, and he kept telling me part of his story. And you got to know that most of the time I like, no, because you're looking backwards, because you can't connect none of that stuff. And it was early in the morning. I was heating up my tea. I hadn't even drank my tea yet, so that's my excuse. Okay. When we got done talking, we both unagreed. When we hung up, I got to thinking, and this is after I had a couple sips of my tea, so maybe that helped. I need to call this man back. I called him back. I let him know that I'm going to enjoy working with him because he's an asshole, just like y'all. He ain't putting up with no. And some of the stuff he did, he sent this thing asking for the bid bonds from the prosecutor or whatever that was jacking him around with his family divorce stuff. And he said, man, he was learning about that stuff. He didn't even understand it. He sent that, they started kissing his butt, but it's still in his face. They're not going to be much longer. Because Hector's going to get something when I get done with this live stream. So he's ready to go. Now, this lawsuit probably is, you can see it right there. What's that? At $500. I'm not even going to change the price in the page because I ain't got time for all that. If people see the video, they ain't even going to go. Some people are going to be like, yeah. And those are the people that I want to help. Those other people that don't go check because they look and see, I don't know. People ask me how much. I can say it's $25 million, and it could be worth every dime of that, but you're not going to understand that if you don't go look at it yourself. Okay, so that's our first live stream on Rumble. We got some shit on sale, and we're going to leave it on sale. I had two people that was waiting, but I was running kind of late trying to figure out how to get this thing up and rolling. I didn't realize that I got to go through a service. So at least I got StreamYard. So we're here. And I know some people are going to see this. So thank you guys for the value sharing your time. If you're facing this foreclosure situation, you need to get over there, Like $99. I think I'm crazy. $99. 99. Get over there and get what you need, guys. This is my way of giving back and thanking everybody for the support that I've been given over the years that I've been doing this. So thank you. We got $99 weekend. That's what we got right here.